everybody, Portrait Coins here, and I forgot to do the intro, so just pretend I'm cutting this, and oh, look at that, a brand new circulated box of Lincoln Memorials and Wheats and whatever else is in there, and I got a message, ding. Alright, well that's my opening of the box, no enders, so I'm going to get right into this and continue doing what I'm doing. Alright, I'll see you in a second. Alright everybody, here we go, the first little update, couple rolls in, couple 1980s, this box has a lot of 1970s, so I have a feeling it's going to have a lot of coppers. More than usual of the 1960s so far, for only a couple rolls. And we have two 1960s. One is in very good condition, that being this one, 1960D, and also another 1960. And I'll look at the end for double dies and all that stuff like I do. We have one wheat, 1945 Denver, there we go, and it is an S mint mark. Nice little wheat penny. So far this box is, it's producing a lot of old coins. I like it. I like it. And I've only gotten an Indian one time. Uno mas. One time I got an Indian. But who knows, this might be the box to get my second one. And also, before that, I had a 1919, I want to say, and a 1914, and they are the two earliest pennies that I've gotten. So who knows? Fingers are crossed, and yep. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. Just to give you an idea, these are all the 60s, and this is like, I want to say 1/5 of what I would normally get in a box, and I've got it already in just a couple rolls. And I mean, the 1970s and 80s, there's just a lot of coppers in here, and a lot of really nice coins too. If these decide they want to come in focus, that would be amazing. There we go. So there's a couple real nice ones, and just out of this one roll alone, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1992s, and I'm going to flip them over and look for the close AM, but every single one of them is in really good condition, and then a 1999. And also, I just got a 1936 out of that roll. So, I mean, that whole entire roll was almost coppers, early coppers, or really nice coins. So, this box is the best I've gotten in a while. Oh yeah, and there was a Canadian in there, but we don't play with Canadians because we're in America. Yeah. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, first time in a long time I've found this. There was a dime. A dime sitting in between this penny, this 1992, which I'm going to check, 1975, and this here, penny right here. I bet you some of these scuff marks match up. The little blob there. 3 blobs. Little sandwich. But, yep. 81, 2010, 70, 84, 98, 2004. Yeah, they're all late now. Ha. Alright, just throwing that in there. Found a dime, non-cent profit. I'm rich. Alright guys, this is where we're at, getting a ton and ton of 1970s, and I'm about halfway done, and I already have all them. So this is definitely a huge copper box. The 1960s and 50s, about 59, a ton of them compared to usual. Hardly any 2017 Ps. Over here, I'm just going to go quick glance. This is some of the stuff I'm pulling out that I found, and I'll show you that at the end. This one, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. It's more on the reverse side. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Look at that purple. Just beautiful. Very nice. I love my tone coins. These are the 1983s that I'll weigh for the 3.1 error planchet. These are the two Wheaties that I showed you, and these are the 70s, 60s, and 1970, 1960, and the San Francisco Mint Marks. So we're getting there, halfway done, and this table is already getting a little cluttered. Alright, I'll check in a few. Alright everybody, this is almost the wrap up. All the coins are out of the box. This ended up being probably the most coppers that I've found amongst other things in one box. It was a good box. These are all the 1970s. And as you can see, it's a pretty high pile too. It's not just flat. I mean, both the piles are somewhat thick. But this is all the 1970s. And then, no, I'm sorry, this is all the 1980s. These are the 1970s. There's always more 70s for some odd reason, but there is. I don't know why. But anyway, 70s, and this would be all the 1960s and 59. I looked through all these with the Jewelers Loop, and if I find any RPMs, which is a repunched mint mark or double dies or anything like that, I will put it in a flip and show you a picture of it at the end, or make a quick video if I find a lot. But I looked through all these with the Jewelers Loop, and then all the 70s and the 80s, they go in their own certain box over here. They're labeled right there. And I just fill them up and then stack them and fill them up and stack them because I save the coppers. But that's where they will go. I don't look through these. Maybe on a really, really rainy like month, because it's going to take a long time to go through them all looking for RPMs. I'm sure there's double dies and San Francisco proofs in there. There's a bunch of stuff, I'm sure. I don't take the time to go through it. I just separate it. But anyway, this is all the 2017s. Not a lot at all. Obviously, this is, an older box. But this right here, these are the tone coins. That's really, really an awesome purple, that first one. Some greens, some yellows, another rainbowy purple one. And this camera, I've said it before, it picks out all these little dots. They're from the wash. It's the rinse cycle that the coins go through at the mint before they're put in the business or given out to the public. They go through a wash cycle, and the water leaves all these spots on it. And you can't really see hardly any of them at all in person, but my camera shows them. So it's a good thing if you're sending coins in to get graded and you use your camera and you can see it. Like if you can see this, if your camera shows all the spots and imperfections like my camera does, it gives you a really good idea of what you're sending in to get graded and what they will be looking at. Because if you just look at it with your human eye, you're not going to see all that stuff, and you're going to send it in, and they're going to see it, and you're going to get a lot lower grade than what you were expecting. So it's a good thing that my camera shows it, and it's also a bad thing. So I have to take it with a grain of salt. This 1973 was extremely thick on one side, on the rim, and then you'll see that it gets real thin. It's going to be hard to show, but it's real thick over here and then real thin over here. So I don't know, I just pulled it out. I thought it was a little different. There are 3 2009s, and I haven't checked these for any of the errors, but they might have the extra finger. I don't even have one of them. The formative years. These two right here are Woodies, and it's going to be hard to see it with my camera. You can kind of see the grains going from north to south on this one. A little bit. And then this one actually shows it really... Oh, there we go. Okay, you can see it. This one's real nice in person. See that right there? There you can see it. They're all going sideways. Maybe this one will show it. Okay, yeah, you can see it right there. So yeah, in person they look real cool. Right here we have 1991, and this just has a blister right there above the date. It's just the metals mixing, and they form antioxidants and gases, and the gases actually create these blisters. So some coins you'll see a million blisters all over it. Some people call it warts or whatever. It's really just the metals mixing and making gases, and there's nowhere for the gas to go. So it comes up through the surface of the front or back of the coin. Oh, yeah, see there's another one right there. There's a couple of them I didn't even see. Oh, they're all over. Look at that. So yeah, they're just the gases. Not worth anything. Actually, it's worth less. But, well, I guess it's worth a penny no matter what. Moving on, I found a dime in one of the rolls in the beginning. I have a couple Canadians, two being 1987, a 1986, 84, 82, 72, and 71. Then for the 1970s, I got like a roll of them. I have not went through these yet to pick out the large date and small date and separate and all that. I'm just showing you the ones I got so far. And I also go through the coins that are pulled aside. I go through them with the jeweler's loop also. So all the 1970s and all the coins up here, I go through all of them. It's just the 70s and the 80s, the big piles, I don't. These are the 1960s, and for these, I'm really going to be looking out for the RPM, the repunched mint mark. That's it's always a good coin to find. A lot of people look for that. And this is the San Francisco mints. We have a 1969 if it decides to show its face. 1969, come on. Maybe if I go like this. There we go. 1969, 1992. It's not an S mint mark. I don't know what it's doing in there. 1972 S, another 72, and another 69. Huh, interesting. 269, 272s. This is a 1982 Denver small date, and I'm just going to weigh that along with the rest of these 1983s for the error, and that would be a 3.1 copper planchet. And if you get a coin that says 1983 and it has a copper planchet weighing 3.1 grams instead of the zinc 2.5, that means that the 1983 was printed on a copper planchet instead of a zinc planchet, weighing more, and it is a very, very valuable coin because all 1983s are supposed to be zinc, not copper. And for wheats, we have a 1945S, a 1936, and I did not put these in order. But 1936, that might be the lowest one. 36, I'll put that up there. 1953. 1955, and this one looks like it got paint all over it. It's real kind of a weird lacquerish type of coin. 1958. 1944. Some of these are in good condition too. 1941. And last but not least, 1952. And I'll be looking for double dies and all that stuff on this. I didn't see any right there. But, yep, that's another good old penny box. Right there, so I'm going to go through all of this, and if I find anything, I'll put some pictures up. If not, I will do the wrap-up. Alright, everybody, everything's put away in its nice little cubby spots, and I want to thank everybody for watching. That was a good box. Lots of coppers. I can't wait until the government says that we can melt pennies, because I'll have a bunch of extra room. These pennies take up a lot of room. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. They're kind of in boxes and tucked nicely away, but still. And I'll have a few extra bucks in my pocket if they decide to let us melt pennies ever. But, yeah, that was pretty much it. Good box, good coppers, lots of finds. And I'm going to start getting into another box of halves and pennies, so we'll see what video I put out first. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Do me a favor, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try and get this channel to grow a little bit, and I'm also going to start putting out them metal detecting videos, so hopefully we find some good stuff at the beach, and I don't know. If I find some woods here in Florida, I would love to get out in the woods and find some relics and old Indian stuff. But we'll see. Yep, that's pretty much it. Alright, well, I hope you all have a good night, a good morning, afternoon, weekend, wherever you are. Have a good time. Alright, see you later.